Beats.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Unhinged Live. As usual, I'm your host, Patrick Hennessy, joined today for the Yankees pregame by the man, Sean Petrucci. How are we doing today, Sean?
Doing well. Going for a sweep.
Sean, it's been a while. I think it's been like a week since we've seen you. Look at that.
Yeah. After that watch party, I need a little bit of a break.
Bro. We can't do watch parties anymore because every time we do, it's just a heartbreaking game.
Just not on Thursdays.
Listen, shout out to everybody currently in the chat. I appreciate you all for stopping by for the pregame. Before we get into anything, let's take attendance/roll call. You guys know the deal. We got Jamie, Steven Salazar, Lori, PTR. We got Stevie Bats, Austin Lugo, Borg, Liana. Who else? We got Ed King. Shout out Ed King. Jesse Sanchez, Jesse Dominguez, Amy. Think that's everybody. JT. Sorry if I missed anybody. But listen, Sean, we have a little bit of news to talk about before we talk about the starting lineup. One of which, Gleyber Torres has tested positive for COVID-19. I mean, if we're talking about just bad luck, the dude had COVID in December, right?
Yep.
And then got the vaccine too, and still managed a way to get COVID. So he is asymptomatic though, which is pretty good. But I mean,
that's good.
Bro, that's just brutal luck.
It's just like Yankees luck. Honestly.
No, I know.
Like
that's like something that happened to the Mets.
So what's he out for? 10 days now? Is that how long it is?
I mean, the COVID list is kind of like you could come back whenever. Like there's no kind of set time.
There's like a minimum now?
Come back.
It's probably like 10 days.
I would assume so, but it's like I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least it's only him. It's not like 6 different guys.
Hopefully.
But
listen, also that kind of adds on to what the 7 coaches that the Yankees have that tested positive.
Yeah,
I guess 8
it's up
in
to
total. Bro, I'm just kind of happy that they are like playing through it. Just because if this happened last season, bro, they would probably stop playing for about 2 weeks.
Oh,
you know
100%.
That, right?
Oh my gosh, 100. As soon as one coach, they would shut down immediately.
Yeah, which I think it kind of just goes to show how much. I mean, kind of the world has improved like in the past year, just like with handling all the situations. But also, before we get into the starting lineup, Aaron Hicks is sitting out tonight because he has a little wrist thing. He went for an MRI. They were waiting results from that. Bro, it's always something. It's like, always something.
What was it, like 2 days ago? It was a shin. Then it was like, what, at least the ankle?
I mean, but like that, like maybe I understood because he did foul.
Oh, well, yeah, that's just bad luck. Like his wrist.
No, I know. Whatever. Let's take a look at the punting lineup for today as the Yankees go for the sweep against the Rays. DJ LeMahieu leading it off. Stanton 2, Judge 3, Gio batting cleanup. Sanchez catching in the 5-hole. Ford 6, Frazier 7, Andujar 8, Gardner 9 with James and Tyone on the mound. Sean, how are we feeling about this lineup?
I'm okay with it based on like what we have. Like obviously you like to have Hicks in there instead of Gardner, but he's hitting 9th, so I'm okay with Gardner hitting 9th. But like Mike Ford, dude, like I can't stand watching him anymore.
Bro, but like here's my thing. I kind of understand maybe why Voigt's sitting. Right?
Oh yeah,
just because
like 3 games in a row. Yeah,
but it's like, bro, the fact that we have to see Mike Ford in there, it seems like him and Tyler Wade always find a way in the lineup. Like no matter what, they always find their way in there. It's so aggravating. But also seeing Brett Gardner in there kind of frustrates me. Aaron Hicks has been solid as of late. I know a lot of people in the chat don't like him, But if you look at his
gotten
recent,
better.
I would say past 15 games, he's been really solid. So just losing him in there is kind of brutal.
Yeah.
And I think it just kind of goes to show based on the video that we came out with on the channel this morning. If anybody didn't check it out, go check it out. Kind of about the Wandy Peralta Mike Talkman trade. I found it very interesting that the Yankees decided to like deal Mike Talkman at such an early point in the season when we know how fragile our outfield is, right? Because let's say Aaron Hicks has to miss time now. Brett Gardner is now your starting center fielder.
Yeah, and like I hope they didn't go into trading Talkman, which I'm sure they did, thinking like, oh, we have Gardner, we could trade him. It's okay. We have Brett Gardner.
They did.
And it's
They
like
100%
the
did.
dude's hitting like what 170 with 3 RBIs.
No, yeah, I mean,
that guy stinks.
Whatever.
He's had a large enough sample size to prove that he stinks.
No, yeah, I mean, but like you could say the same about Clint, but I think Clint just has shown more potential. Call me crazy.
He's definitely been hitting the ball harder, I would say.
Yeah, but another thing to kind of note: Sanchez in the 5-hole. I'd take that with a grain of salt. I guess it just kind of shows how bad the Yankees lineup is today.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what that shows.
I kind of posted this on Twitter. I was like, great, like we're punting today, obviously, based on this lineup. And someone replied to me and made like a ton of sense. Like we say that, and then this is the lineup that goes out there and scores 15 off Rich Hill. Like
I was literally just about to say that. I was like, we scored 1 run yesterday. We're gonna come out today and score 9 with this lineup.
No, I know.
That's just how baseball works.
Old Jabaro says Yankees 16 next 25 games. Well, if they go 16, was that 16 and 9?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, now somehow it always makes me having to do math.
It is.
No. But I'm saying I'm trying to figure out. Then their record would be 36 and 20 and 25.
I mean, I would take that.
I would say 16 and 9 over the next 25 games. Like, wouldn't be that bad of a scenario. Like, bro,
I would against Baltimore.
That's what I'm saying. You could probably do even better than that.
Oh yeah, this team's like this team's pitching. Yeah, you could definitely win like a lot of games.
Listen, before we get into the pitching, there is one more announcement that we have to make. Bro, Ken Singleton's going to be back for the Baltimore series.
I love Ken
That's
Singleton.
The best news all day.
I love him.
It was kind of sandwiched in between like the Aaron Hicks injury and Gleyber testing positive for COVID. So it's like, all right, we get a little bit of good news.
Something good. I thought he was retired. I thought he was done.
I guess
it's just for Baltimore.
Yeah, he's been retired for a couple years, but I think he sometimes comes back for the Baltimore series because I'm pretty sure he lives in that area. Because I know last year he did the same thing. He came back for the Baltimore series. But yeah, listen, Yankees pitching has been untouchable. If we look back at last night with Garrett Cole,
it's weird,
bro. Like it's so nice. I woke up this morning and I saw the video that the Yankees posted on their Twitter of like Garrett Cole doing the Chapman stare.
Yeah,
bro,
dude.
Like it feels so good to have an absolute ace on our team. Like it's unreal to think about.
Years, it's been like years, kind of like we got a taste of it with Sevy, but then he gets hurt and he doesn't show up in the postseason. But now we have the guy.
I would say I haven't felt like this since like prime CC.
Yeah,
and
before
even
Severino was probably him, and even then he's not nearly as good as Garrett Cole.
No, yeah, or you could even say like 2014 Tanaka before the injury.
Yeah.
He was a sight to see on the mound.
Yeah.
But yeah, listen, the Yankees have Jameson Taillon on the mound today going for the sweep. I would say out of all the starters this series, this is the start that I'm kind of most intrigued about. Simply because Cole and Monty, you usually know what you're going to get from them, right? Taillon's last start is kind of the only one so far this season where we saw the length out of him. He gave up 3 runs in 6 1/3, I think. So if he could kind of give us that same amount of length or more and kind of, bro, I'll take 3 earned runs again. If you could go 7 innings and give up 3 earned, I think that keeps us in the game.
I mean, it should. It definitely keeps us in the game. It's just we got to be worried. I'm still not 100% sold on this offense. It seems like it's so like up and down. Yeah, it's definitely better though. More like a lot of guys look better at the plate than in April. It's
definitely better, but I think it just goes to show how crucial the pitching staff has been, right? Because the Yankees are winning a lot of low-scoring games, which they usually don't do because the pitching staff isn't good. It's crazy. When was the last time the Yankees won a 1-0 game?
I was gonna say, when's the last time they did that?
I have no idea. But I think it just kind of goes to show if the pitching can stay as good as they've been, right? And then you kind of pair that with the offense getting hot, this team is going to be unstoppable. That's why we're kind of on a hot streak right now, but I still don't think they've reached their peak.
Nope.
I think once the offense gets things going and kind of you have Stanton, Judge, DJ, Voit all hitting at the same time, which is hopefully going to happen, this team's unstoppable. You pair that with a ridiculous bullpen with Britton coming back and O'Day coming back, bro. Like the best has yet to come for the Yankees, I would say.
For sure, because like even with the pitching staff, I would say they're exceeding expectations by a lot because no one expected this to happen. Have like the best staff in the league ERA wise, but I don't even think they're gonna like regress at all. Like they're just that good. Like everyone, like we're confident in pretty much anyone that goes out on the mound. Even Herman has won a lot of people over probably with his performances.
I would have to agree. Daniel makes a good comment here. No, yeah. Daniel makes a good comment. Yes, announcers ranked. I think I agree 1,000%. Ken 1, Ruco 2, Cone 3, Paul 4, K 5. I think that's exactly how I'm going.
I don't like putting O'Neill at 4 just because like I think he's great, but I think the 3 people above him are just that good.
No, yeah,
so, like, he kind of has to be a 4. He's a good 4.
I would agree. And Sean, you know like how critical I was of Paul O'Neill last year, but it's like I feel like he's a completely different guy in the booth this year. I don't know why. It's just something's different.
I think it's just like the stuff like with Studio 21. It's like that wasn't his choice. Like he's just trying to sit there and do the games, and like yes, networks like trying to force like all these
they milked it too much last year.
Yeah, and I don't blame him for that. He's always been good at like he's just a great guy to have like the third guy in the booth, just like in the background, just like
no, yeah,
all that kind of
and
stuff.
I think it was the whole basement thing that kind of like pissed me off. They always had like thoughts from the basement, like bro, I like no, I'm sorry, like this is a Yankee game, like
I agree.
Whatever. Let's take a look at a couple other comments. We always have Stan to back up the outfield, says Stevie Bass, and this is something that I was thinking about before, right? So. If you did want to like keep Voit out of the game today, just for precautionary reasons, because he is just coming back from the injury, it sucks that you can't DH him, right? Because you can't DH him because then you lose Stanton, and you're not going to put Stanton in the outfield because for some reason the Yankees don't trust him out there.
Definitely not Tropicana.
No, definitely not Tropicana either. But I think then I start to question in my mind, like, if you're not going to put Stan in the outfield in the regular season, hypothetically, you make the World Series. You have to put him in the outfield.
You think so?
There's no way in hell the Yankees are going into a World Series game without Giancarlo Stanton in the lineup. You can't do it.
No, I don't think it's about. All right, I think the only way that he plays the outfield in the World Series is if Cole is on the mound and Gary is just absolutely raking. I think it's the only way he ends up in left field.
No, but Sean, there's no DH in the National League.
Good point. That's not even what I was thinking about.
That's my exact point.
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
So, bro, in the World Series, assuming the Yankees are going to make it, you got to have him in the outfield.
I wasn't thinking of that because last year there was the DH, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. That's gonna be. They have to. Could you imagine? Like, no, we don't want him out there.
No, I know.
Series of the season. There's no way. What are you keeping him out for?
The future.
No, I know. What I'm saying. That's a good point, though. I wouldn't even think of that. That's a good point.
You got to test him out at some point this season, just for that reason, you know. Maybe I'll make a video about that.
Do it early in the season.
Bro, you don't even have to do it now. You could just do it sporadically. Like, have him play one game in the outfield in May, one in June, one in July, one in August, one in September.
I would say once a week.
I mean, that would be nice, but they're never going to do that. I would say once every other week. How about that?
Build them up. Do like once every other week, a couple times, and then eventually do like once every week. Get them like a little because you're not going to teach them all season and like, World Series Game 3, let's throw them out there first time all season.
It has to happen. It has to happen eventually. Yeah. Did you see the Royals have lost 11 straight games?
Dude, my gosh.
What happened? They were the best team in baseball, and we're like, yeah, Royals, baby.
I don't know what you're talking about. I never supported that team.
Yeah, no. Unhinged KC, never heard of them.
Burn the shirts.
Let's see what we got. Pat, Kluber versus Kramer tomorrow. You know, Kluber's starts are kind of turning into those where I'm excited to them.
Yeah,
right?
Baltimore too. And we have to hit Dean Kramer, dude. I think we did last time we played them. I think we shelled them.
Yeah, I think we did. I could be wrong. Actually, I want to say we absolutely massacred the dude. But let me pull up his.
I want to face Matt Harvey again. Because you see what the Mets did to him?
I know, but bro, like I get it, but like we're the Yankees.
No, I want to see it again because he's not that good.
So he has 2 starts against us this season. Combined 7 and a third. Gave up 9 runs.
Yeah, that's a win.
4 walks. Yeah. 3 home runs.
We'd be at home for that, right? So we were just No, we're on the road again. We're on the road.
So we're on the road for that. But the starts he
Yeah.
made against us, one was in the Bronx and one was in Camden.
Yeah. If we're on like a 10-game road trip, right?
Yeah, I think.
Starting with the Trop.
And then we go Baltimore and then Texas, 4 in Texas. You know,
Texas has been pretty good.
No, call me crazy. I'm kind of looking forward to the Texas series. One, because like the games have 8 o'clock start times. I kind of like 8 o'clock start times. Call me crazy.
Well, I like that.
Also, I like the Yankees have never played at what is it called? Globe Life?
Globe Life, I think.
Globe Life Park. They haven't played there yet, so it's kind of cool to see.
Are they still 100% capacity, or is that just for like?
I think
Because that would be the first time playing in front of 100%. If
they might be. They might be.
That would be kind of interesting.
Yeah, they might be at 100% because, I mean,
I don't know if that was like a permanent thing or not.
Yeah, I don't know either. But I'm excited for when the Yankees do their little West Coast trip. Only because, bro, like we've never done. I know you hate it, but like we've never done the pregame, postgame for like 10 o'clock start time.
That'd be weird.
So I'm interested
like 2
to see,
like,
bro, who's gonna be in the chat for a 2 a.m. postgame?
I would be.
I'm gonna be wide awake. Like you guys are gonna see. Like my peak in life is from the hours of like 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. That's when my energy peaks.
I feel like we won't see Parra or Brian on a postgame.
No, and
West Coast trip.
I already talked to them about this. They're like, yeah, like we're definitely not going to be around for those. I'm like, yeah, like
I don't know if I will be either. It depends when if it's during the week or not.
If I gotta go solo,
might be just you, dude.
Bro, I don't mind. Like I've done a couple solo streams like in the past week. It gets interesting talking to yourself the whole time, but I think the chat likes it because there's a little bit more engagement.
Yeah.
But let me pull up this comment. Jay Bruce was the best first baseman we ever had.
Compared to Mike Ford, probably. I would take Jay Bruce over Mike Ford. And I don't know if that's... But, dude, I don't know. It's like picking between, like... They're both terrible. I don't want either of them.
Yeah, no, that's rough. There was another comment here I want to pull up. Oh, Damien says, tonight we need to go for the jugular. Bro, I want to see the Yankees take a dagger and go right for the Rays jugular tonight. Because, bro, imagine we walk into Tropicana Field and sweep them.
Yeah.
A clean sweep.
Yeah, especially when we came into the series, like back a couple games, and boom, you sweep the Rays, and if the Red Sox lose, I think they still play today. I think we're tied. We're a game back right now.
I talked about this last night. I don't really care about the standings.
No, I do. When it comes to Yankees taking over first place, because you take it now, and then you build, and you run away with it.
I guess.
Once they're in first by a couple games, don't really care too much. Only if it gets close again, but they need to take first. I still care about that.
It's a fair argument. I mean... Steven says, don't forget about Flaherty, man. Talks like he wants to put people to sleep. I don't hate Flaherty. I think he's kind of cool.
I like, he's not bad.
I would put him under O'Neal, but above K.
No, I'd probably have him last. He just doesn't show too much like emotion, I feel like.
Well, he's not an emotional guy.
He's exactly, that's a point though. If you're an announcer, like I don't want to listen to a robot. That's why the Yes Booth, I like the Yes Booth. They all have personalities. It's all like, it's not baseball for 9 innings.
Fair.
Too.
It's kind of like us.
Yeah, sure.
Let's see. Who would you rather have fill in during the Glaber absence? Wade, Andujar, or Odor? Well, Odor's... Where is Odor?
He should be back soon, right? It was 10 days as of last Tuesday. 10 days?
It's been a while, I feel like.
Tomorrow, right? Because that was last Tuesday. Because that was game 1 of the Astros series.
I don't think he's going to be back tomorrow, though.
Wasn't it game 1 of the Astros series, though?
Yeah, it was. But
so 10 days should be Friday. Tomorrow.
Bro, I don't even see any news about him. I don't know. I doubt he's going to be back once his IL stint is up. I doubt it.
I think he will be.
Yeah?
Yeah. And it's not a long enough stint to where he has to go rehab it in Scranton. Because it really wasn't like a serious thing, right?
No, yeah. I mean, especially with Glaber gone, maybe he does definitely.
Yeah, I mean, because I would want him back over Tyler Wade playing.
Oh, bro, but that's my thing. It's like Tyler Wade has to be the everyday shortstop now. Yeah, unless you do what?
If Glaber was healthy, yes. I think Gio is going to play short, like for 90% of the games that Glaber's out.
Okay, so I would say as long as Glaber's out, you do this. You put Gio at short, DJ at third, Odor at second.
Yeah, like that's why I want Odor back. If Glaber was healthy, I wouldn't really care if Odor came back like now or in a week. But I want him back now, so I don't have to see Tyler Wade play second.
I mean, all I'm saying is bro, I just don't get the Andujar call up.
Yeah, you didn't really fill.
I mean, calling up Andujar kind of leads me to believe this, right? I think it leads me to believe that they kind of view him as the third baseman until Gleyber comes back, because Gio's going to be at short, right?
That's a good thing in my opinion, because that means Gio's going to be playing shortstop and Tyler Wade will not be. So it's a good thing in my opinion.
Fair, but I mean, I don't.
I think Ando will do pretty well. His bat is
offensively,
still good.
sure.
Yes.
But like
Defensively, I do not want balls, especially on turf. I don't know if he's the infield's not turf, is it?
It's more of his throws that I'm concerned with.
His double clutch and like
Oh, God help me.
He still hasn't fixed that, I don't think.
Bro, it's been like 4 years. Pat, do you think losing Gleyber for 10 games is going to hurt the Yankees? I don't think so. It's not going to hurt them too much. It's a tough loss in the lineup, just because, like we discussed, I mean, it's not an easy hole to fill, because then everyone has to like move around the diamond.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I think when he does come back, I guess it's going to be like, hey, Gleyber's back. Maybe provide some momentum. I don't know. But let's see.
It kind of stinks because he's not like red hot, but he's been like consistent. He's like getting to be consistent right now.
Yeah, I agree. This rotation has me thinking we can win regardless of who's pitching.
Yeah,
and
that's a great feeling.
Yeah, because in years past, like we would go out there with like Jay Happ on the mound and be like, "Well, today's like an automatic loss." It's like the same feeling when like you check the lineup and you see like Mike Ford or Tyler Wade in the lineup. It's like, oh damn, like here we go again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's why I'm glad Andujar's here, so we don't have to see Wade and Ford.
Oh, I know. Shout out to Ruben Cruz, the $5 dono. Appreciate you, Ruben. You are the man, not the man, the man. They're screwing over Andujar, in my opinion. Let him get reps in the minors where he gets hot and settled in well at left field. Well,
I guess, but they need him
in the minors. I'm pretty sure they had him at first majority of the time.
I don't know, to be honest.
Chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the left field experiment is so over for Andujar. Maybe they'll throw him out there
because they don't need him in left field. Think about how many outfielders we have in like sitting at AAA right now.
Yeah,
we don't need Andujar to play left field. We just need to fit him somewhere for his bat. But like even then, it's getting to the point where it's like they want Andujar to do well, so they could trade him.
No, yeah, and that's kind of my thing. I think the best place for him to kind of build up value would be in AAA right now.
Yeah, that's true too.
While he is going to be up, he's probably going to be sitting on the bench majority of the time. No. Because like we mentioned, especially once Odor comes back, I think Odor's the guy over Andujar.
Oh, I would assume so.
Also, I mean, because you look at the diamond defensively, with Odor over Andujar, it's night and day. You're able to put DJ at third and Odor at second, which is much better than having Andujar at third and DJ at second. You know what I mean?
I guess. I mean, DJ's an elite second baseman, but Andujar's so bad at third base.
I know.
So bad at third base.
It's brutal. Iron Man says, wish Talkman was still here. Bench Guardy forever.
I know, dude. I miss Mike Talkman, dude. Like, I know Wandy's actually been pretty good. Like, he's actually been a pretty reliable lefty to have. But, dude, like, man.
Yeah, and we talked about this in the video that came out today. It's a little bit interesting because while Wandy Peralta has been solid, right?
Bittersweet.
Where does he fit in, like, with the future of this team, especially with Britton coming back, right? Because you're not going to have 5 lefties in the bullpen. You can't really do anything with Justin Wilson unless you trade him. He's under contract for 2 years. Lucas Litke has been solid. It would be a disgrace if they sent him down. So it's like, what do you do with Peralta? I don't know.
There's not even like one guy in the bullpen right now where it's like no brainer he's going to be gone. Like I'm pretty sure everyone's been, and because they're not getting rid of Sessa. For people that probably would say Sessa. If Sessa was a lefty, then yes, I would probably say him. But you can't have 5 lefties. That's kind of unheard of.
I know. I don't know if I really count Chapman as a lefty, but like he still is one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think like the first time I counted, I said there'd be 4 lefties, and you're like, oh wait, no, Chapman. Like,
yeah, right. No. Let's see what we got in the chat. Gio at third, Tyler at shortstop, and DJ at second is this club's best defensive infield.
Dude,
defensively,
Gleyber's
maybe
been a good shortstop though.
No, I know. No, he's been very good. I think
better.
No, he's been good. I think he's like second in the league in like defensive runs saved at short. He's been very good at shortstop. So while he's gone, Tyler Wade might be the best option defensively at shortstop. His bat provides absolutely nothing though. And then if Hicks is going to be out too, bro, and then you have to have Wade and Gardner in the same lineup,
We're gonna have a lineup with Glaber out, and so let's say Hicks goes on the IL or something, or it's like at least day to day, sits a couple games. We're gonna have a lineup that has Wade, Gardner, and Ford in it, which is just 3 automatic outs. You can't put them all back to back to back because it's just gonna be like, don't even play that half inning.
No, and then especially if like Clint's not hot, and then
Yeah, I mean,
Higgy's not
Clint
hitting too
Cold.
well.
Give me Clint Cold over all 3 of those guys combined. They stink.
Just when we thought we had the lineup like back at full strength, right? Just when we thought. Something always happens.
You know what pisses me off about Hicks is like he was so bad, but he was playing every day. He starts to heat up a little bit, hit the ball, gets hurt like 3 times. You can't make it up with this dude. Like he can't win over this fan base because he's either bad or he's good but hurt.
Erica says, guys, the SNY dudes just stated that the Mets are a more complete team than the Yankees. Also said that the Mets bullpen is better than the Yanks.
You can argue rotation. No. Rotation's probably better.
Rotation, yes. I would say is the only aspect that's better. The only
lineup,
aspect.
Don't think so. Full strength.
No, and also
bullpen,
I mean bullpen. Hell no,
not a chance. That's just bias. Like at its finest.
No, but that's kind of my thing. That's why I'm not kind of too stressed about it. SMY is the Mets network, and usually team networks are in defense of their team, except for the Yankees. Seems like yes,
the Yes Network, dude.
Yeah, it seems like Yes Network is the only like team network that isn't on their team's side ever. It's like, bro, how many times do we need to see the Brasso home run? How many times?
Randy Arozarena stepped into the box, he's like, oh, he just kills the Yankees. Just kills the Yankees. Remember his postseason run? Magical. Good thing G-Man Choi isn't playing. That's all I'm saying. Good thing.
Bro,
we stepped into the box 4 times yesterday. Yes.
At least 10 home run highlights against Cole.
The electric moment would be like all 5 of his Cole home
runs. Wait, correct me if I'm wrong, but one of these days the electric moment was the Brasso home run.
It was the first.
It was
the first game of the Rays series in the Trop. I think it was.
Yeah.
The electric moment, and like the 3rd inning, they went back to Brasso's home run.
Absolutely no sense.
Eliminated the Yankees, but let's show it again.
Listen, shout out to Stevie Bats with the $5 dono. Appreciate you, my man. Genuinely means a lot. Wade is a good defensive player, and the offensive is terrible, but he provides a lot of spark.
Okay, but my thing is his defense isn't good enough for like he has to have a roster spot. Go find someone else that can field the ground ball and hit the ball a little bit better than he can.
No, he's not Andrelton Simmons out there. Like,
and he can't even steal bases. What I mean?
But
he's all the speed in the world, and he can't even run the bases. So it's like
I think that's why we get so frustrated with Wade, right? Because the potential's there. We've seen him hit in the minor leagues. Like when the dude's in AAA, he could hit, and then he comes up to major league pitching, he just can't hit it. And then defensively, he's good, but he's not that good to kind of make up for the lack of offense. And then the speed, we know he has a ton of speed, but it's like, bro, like if you don't have any IQ, what's the point? He doesn't know how to run the bases.
I'm so over talking about this dude though, because it's been like 5 years now, 4 years now. The same, like when he's a free agent, like he better not get some kind of deal, like cheap deal to come back. I'm tired of Tyler.
Sean, I'm telling you right now, he's like Brett Gardner 2.0. He's gonna be on this team for the next 10 years.
No, he's not.
I can guarantee he's gonna be on this team until both of us have children of ourselves. I can guarantee you that. How old's Tyler Wade?
Brett Gardner was 100 times the Yankee that Wade will ever be.
He's 26. He will be on this team for the next 4 years, guaranteed.
No.
Until
I think once his service time is up, he's gone. He's not coming back.
Let me check when that's going to be.
It's been at least, well, you know what? He's been up and down a lot. I don't know.
Bro, he's not going to be a free agent until 2025.
Oh, my God.
He's going to be on this team for a very long time to come. Sorry.
Fully healthy, though? I don't think he has a roster spot. Who's he replaced? Like fully healthy. We're talking Glaber's healthy, Odor's healthy, Urshela, DJ, all these guys. He has a roster
doesn't, spot. but the team is rarely fully healthy. Rarely. And he's gonna find his way on the playoff roster because of his speed.
I was just about to say, I take back what I said because we thought there was no shot Tyler Wade would ever come back up when he was sent down earlier. We're like, we have all the infield guys we need. Talkman runs the bases. Now Talkman's gone. Infield's getting hurt. Tyler Wade.
He just finds a way out.
You can't escape him, dude. Like, you shut him out, boom. Comes back.
Let's see. Michael says, it seems like the Yankees are getting injuries a bit. Hopefully this doesn't turn into another joke of a season with injuries, but Yankees are still very healthy. So for the most part, we're good. Yeah, I would kind of say
I
that
know.
the
Yeah, we
Yankees
are.
have
Yeah.
been lucky this year as far as the injury bug goes, compared to past years. And no, it's not a jinx. It's just kind of
It's not
stating
a
the
jinx.
obvious.
It's a fact. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's stating the obvious. The Yankees, they had a couple early on in the spring when we were kind of like, oh, here we go again with Britton and Voit, and we're like, oh, like what's next? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I know.
I think since then they've been very lucky. I mean, you have
We've
the
had like
minor
the Judge
injuries, like
scares, but
yeah, the very
never
minor
actually
stuff.
heard just being babied.
Yeah, the little Geo injury, O'Day,
Oh yeah,
Odor and
Gio was.
O'Day.
Wow.
Wow, I
That
just
wasn't on
realized
purpose,
that.
but that sounded
Huh,
kind of nice.
look at that. Moving on. Is it even possible that both Wade and Odor can be on the roster at the same
No, that's what
time?
I'm saying. Well, you know
No.
what? No.
Yes, if you send down Ford.
Yeah, and Andujar
Yeah,
is
if
also
Ford and
on the
Andujar are
roster. So
both good,
yes, it is very possible, and they will find a way.
it is possible.
I think when Odor comes back, who do you think gets sent down? I think it's gonna be Ford.
It would have to be Ford.
Yeah.
I would say
Hopefully, I
Ford
mean,
goes down.
you know what? Either him or Wade, I'm happy. I'm very happy.
I think Ford goes down before Wade. I think he does.
Oh, because Ford brings nothing when you have Voit back.
No, yeah.
He's only here now, I think, just to get Voit get going again, so he can play every day.
No, yeah, I'd agree. But I mean, also like once Odor comes back, you could always just, if you want to give Void a day, you put DJ at first and Odor at second.
Yeah,
You know what I
and
mean?
DJ's not a bad first baseman. You don't want him there
Oh,
every
yeah.
day, but he's not a bad first baseman.
Yeah. Stevie says Wade is the fastest man on the team, but yes, but like we said,
Doesn't mean
the
anything.
speed
He doesn't
means
get on base and he
nothing
can't run.
if you can't utilize it. And also you have to get on base, right? So
I
if
was gonna
he's
say you gotta
on,
hit the ball first to be fast. So
yeah, you know who was the best base runner on the Yankees? Mikey
Mike
T. Mikey
He
T.
was a great
Just,
base runner, dude.
he was
He wasn't
awesome.
even like that fast.
I
He
don't
was
think
quick.
I don't think I'm ever gonna get over it. I really
I
don't
don't
think so.
care unless Wandy's like World Series MVP,
Yeah, that's probably the only way.
and even then I'll be like, still kind of miss Talkman.
It's not Mike Talkman though.
Let's give him a ring now.
Let's see what we got. Daniel says just sign Usain Bolt. He will hit better than Wade. Bro, it wouldn't be that hard. Like I think I could probably hit better than Wade. Just saying. Sean, do we have any home run predictions for this evening?
Run predictions. Oh man. Gio.
Okay, I like that. You know
I'm
who
pretty
mine
sure
is?
he actually took Rich Hill deep last time they played.
I know Hicks took Rich Hill deep last time.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the Rich Hill game was the one where they lost like 10-4. They took the lead early and then they lost it. And I'm pretty sure it was on it. Might have been on the Gio homer.
I think that was the game they scored like 4 in one inning.
Yeah.
And that was it. Was it.
It was like 4-2 and there was like 11-4.
I'm gonna say Judge goes yard just because I think Judge has really been heating up lately. He had 3 hits last night, I believe. And then he had the home run the night before. Was it 2?
Might have been 2. Could have been 3. I'm not really
He had a
sure.
multi-hit game last night.
Either way, he's had like 5 hits this series.
No, yeah. So I think Judge homers. I think Gary homers.
Andujar, maybe. I could kind of see him. If you're gonna hit anyone, Andujar is gonna be Rich Hill. Lefty.
True.
Come on.
True. Yeah, I think there's a lot of candidates for a home run tonight. I don't know.
Any
with
righty.
that being
How
said,
about that?
with that being said, I think the Yankees are gonna win big tonight. I don't know why. It's just because we have like our punting lineup in there. I'm feeling good about the bad lineup for some reason. I think the Yankees win tonight 7-2.
I'm going with a 6-1 win.
Yeah. I think as far as Tyone goes, I think he goes 6 innings, 2 earned runs.
Okay. Yeah, around that. I think we need at least 6 at the because we can't pitch Chapman today, I don't think.
No, I don't think so.
We kind of like you don't want to have like a 1-run game in the 9th.
Yeah, I don't think Chapman would be available today.
Probably not. I mean, even if
the games of the series, didn't he?
I think he's pitched like 4 of the last 5 or something like that.
Yeah.
You definitely want like a nice big win tonight. Give him a rest.
I mean, listen, if it comes down to it, just have Wandy Peralta close. Kind of prove us all wrong.
Okay.
But that is going to wrap things up for today's pregame. You guys know the deal. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications for more. We're going to be live again for the post game directly after the game tonight, so stay tuned for that. Once again, I'm predicting the Yankees win. Sean's predicting the Yankees win. Hopefully they can win big, not use Chapman. But you guys know the deal. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. See you later for the pregame. Let's go, Yankees.
Post game.
Please. Oh, yeah, post game.